hopefully kanina you were able to learn something. Yes, no, yes. Yeah. Well, the best teacher would always be experience. So no matter how much I talk in front of you guys, no matter how many speakers or lecturers you get, experience is always the best. Coming from an architecture background, I was not enrolled in a school about photography and film. I came from an architecture background. I was a student at the UST architecture. So everything I was back then and up to now was all based on experience. Experience was my best teacher. So hopefully, if you want to excel and grow in your career or in whatever endeavors you do, it's always best to get to try things yourself. So with that, I am to share some tips and advice for professional practice. Anyone here have anyone of you doing OJT? OJT? Yeah. Pero any one of you here wants to do freelance work sometime? Yes? Freelance work or work at a company or work at Avant-Garde? Yeah. So, what I would discuss is 1. Building a portfolio. Number 2, building a portfolio. Style and vision, platforms, networking, branding, freelancing. How to get your work out there, marketing, landing your first client, and troubles and mistakes along the way. And then client work. Check it out. And then gathered learnings, what I have learned from doing freelance work. And then personal tips. Alright, the first thing you need to do if you are to pursue your career as a photographer, as an artist, as a designer, as a filmmaker, or whatever, is to always start by building a portfolio. First thing you need to do is ask yourself, define your personality. Who are you? If someone asks you, who are you, would you be able to answer it? If you are able to explain yourself, who you are, if you are able to tell who you are in one sentence, that is your brand. That is who you are. Next is to define your style based on your personality and interests. Because if you copy or imitate other people's work, it removes the uniqueness. The only thing unique now in our time and age is yourself. It's your personality, who you are, who I am, who you are, who they are. Nobody can copy you. Nobody can imitate you because you are in yourself unique. Next is do a lot of solo work. Create content because it is in that step. It is in by doing actual work do you actually learn. Do you get to experience new things? Do you get to discover who you are? Define your personality as an artist, as a professional. And always put passion in it. Kasi what's the point of doing something when you don't like it? Yes? Next is to find the right platform. Whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Vimeo. Yes, it is good as well to use everything, but the downfall is that you get to focus on so many, you don't get to actually see the results from the platform that is right for you. In all types of creative industry, there is a specific niche, a specific platform which is best for what you do. Next is to define your target market. Who are they and why? If you are seeking out, if you want to do freelance work, you should always ask yourself, aside from who you are, as Who are they? Who are you targeting to? What do you want to do? What kind of work do you want to do and why? And number 7 is focus on the platform where your market is. Facebook, almost everyone is on Facebook. Twitter, a lot of people are on Twitter. LinkedIn is where professionals stay. Where employers, recruiters, clients sometimes. So you have to understand where you want your work to be shown. Next is content is king. Have you heard of the phrase content is king? Content is king, yes, but consistency is the key to building a successful portfolio. Kasi if I am able to create a good content, just one good content, then viral. Pero afterwards, what happens if I stop? So, consistency is key to building a successful portfolio because you're able to update, you're able to learn, you're able to show how versatile you are, you're able to show how skillful you are, and you get to see, people get to see what you have done in the past and how good you are. Next is talk to people. Share thoughts and ideas, tell them about your vision. Network your personality. Network your personality. If you know who you are, you can get to be yourself. You get to introduce and tell anyone, tell your market about yourself. Network who you are. Because then again, uniqueness is based on personality. When I started Avant-Garde, I was alone. I was doing solo work, and then I talked to people. I attended a gig, an EP launch, and I was able to meet people. I was able to get to know new people in the music industry. And I talked to this person. I said, Bern, his name is Bern. Bern, I'm looking for videographers, or I'm looking for artists who I can create videos for, create music videos. Maybe you can hook me up. Yeah. So sabi niya, sige, I know I can help you out, we can help each other out. And then he introduced me to these bands, to these videographers, other videographers. And that was when I met my team. Yeah, my production team. I talked to them, I told them, sabi ko, guys, marami akong mga projects, baka gusto niyo sumama sa akin. Ang balance namin nun is, I had, because I was able to already build a portfolio. I have clients, I have customers, I have work. Pero I didn't have a team. So naman, they have a team, pero they had no clients. So diba? Doon na kami nag-jive. So we started with some projects, small projects. And then we started building our portfolio together as a team. And then that was when I introduced Avant-Garde Creative to them. I told them, guys, I'm planning to build a company. I'm planning to start a company. Would you guys like to join me? And then I presented my company to them. So, yun. Fast forward to now, and this is what we have now. And then that one moment, that one night was what changed my entire life. Because I was able to meet the right person, the right people. I was able to attend that specific event where I met my team. So, my advice is always to network. Go to places, go to new places, go to events, meet new people, because it is in those times where you get to meet the opportunity that you have that lies in front of you. Like this seminar, for instance, you might get to meet new people, new networks, and then from there maybe it will go somewhere. So network is very important. Talk to people. Kahit you're shy, even if you're shy, try to go out of your way to talk to people. Let them know that you need their help. Let them know that you can help them. Right. Stay true to your style, and sooner or later you will create a memorable brand. So if you have once you have defined your personality, once you have defined your style, next is to keep building your portfolio. And once you have a consistent feel, a consistent image, a consistent style, you then create a memorable brand. For instance, si Mike, you've seen his work naman, di ba? Full of fine art photography. He keeps doing fine art photography. He does not post wedding photos. He does not post product photos. Very consistent. He has a nice brand. So when people see his images, the first thing they think is, Mike Aligado. So yun, stay true to your style. Next is, branding is not about the design, about the logo, about the marketing materials you put out there. No matter how consistent these branding materials are, yung mga brochures, yung mga logos, yung mga business cards, if you don't make your audience feel something about you, you don't have a good brand. Branding is not about what people see. Branding is about what people feel about you. If I ask you guys, what do you feel about me? Walang. Yan. Standing in front of you, how do I make you feel? Yan. Think about it, and it is possibly because it is what my brand is. Whatever emotions you have, whatever feelings that I make you feel, it is because it is the brand that I build. Branding is how people associate themselves towards you. It is how they feel when they hear your name or they see your work. So when you see, sometime or sooner or later, when you see Mike's work, how do you feel? You feel something, diba? And then sooner or later you incorporate it to Mike's work, to Mike Aligado. And then you associate yourself with him as an artist. So that is how Mike has built a successful brand. Next, freelancing. How do you get your work out there? Well, today, in our time now, you can easily share and connect with thousands and millions of people, diba? With just one click. Before, I attended a seminar before with Jason Magbanwa. He was the speaker. Kilala niyo ba ito? Jason Magbanwa. During the question and answer portion, everyone was asking about his style. Everyone was asking how the equipment, what technical stuff. And then I raised my hand and I asked, Sir Jason, how do you market yourself? Because it was at that time, I didn't know how I could market myself, my brand. I didn't know how I could reach my market. I asked him, Sir Jason, how do you market yourself? How did you market yourself to be a successful filmmaker? And then he said, he listed down what he did before. He would shoot films, he would shoot weddings, put them on a CD, on a CD, and then print out brochures, and then hand them out one by one to potential clients. The returns was not that good, pero it did do him good. Pero right now, with just one click, you can already reach thousands, diba? Without going all through that process of burning CDs, printing, and everything. You can easily post on Facebook, on social media sites, on your website. So how do you get your work out there? It's to market. Post, create content, post them everywhere, add a personal touch. Show who you are through the materials you put out there. Tell the people who you are with the output you do, and let them be consistent, and sooner or later they will remember you. I had some experiences where I keep posting my work on Facebook. I keep posting my photos, my videos on Facebook. And then one time there was this Facebook friend. Hindi ko siya kilala personally. I didn't know her personally. Pero she messaged me asking about my services, asking about my photography and video services. And then I was kind of surprised kasi I didn't know her. I didn't know her personally. Diba? She was my Facebook friend lang. Pero, and yet she was able to associate me as a photographer, as a videographer. Diba? So, if you think that people don't see your work out there, if you keep posting, unti lang yung likes, you get a few likes, it's okay. As long as you be consistent, you keep posting, you keep on sharing your work, people will notice. Diba? Content is king, but consistency is kinger. Always be consistent in a sense that people will remember you as who you are. And landing your first client. My first client was my very, very, very first client as a photographer was a school, FEU firm, medical. They had a pageant, yung college pageant nila. And then I was referred by my friend who was a part of the organization or the committee who handled the pageant. And then I wouldn't have landed that project if I didn't keep sharing my work. I was starting out then. I had shitty images. I had shitty photos. And yet I was able to find my very first client. And then it was a challenge because that time I didn't know how to price myself. I didn't know how much to charge. I didn't know what equipment I should bring. Kasi all I did before that, prior to that, was point and shoot lang. Sometimes my diffuser or my reflector. So then I was nervous. I was excited and nervous and scared at the same time. Because it was my very first client. So then I researched about what to do. I learned about the lighting techniques. Kasi I was tasked to shoot 12 people for fashion photography. Yeah, fashion portraits for their. Ayun, throughout the day, it was fine. Everything went well, and then I was able to produce nice enough images, which they appreciated naman for that price. I think that project was around 10,000 pesos. Yan. It was my very first 10,000, and then the money I generated, I used it to buy more equipment, lighting equipment, modifiers. Yan. My least priority was lenses and cameras because I had what I needed. And client work. Client requirements in the commercial video industry. I hope you guys would be interested. I would be talking about video commercial, about avant-garde, our experiences. So the process of working with a client on our experience. First is, of course, we find a client or we let a client find us. Kasi we have already built a good enough brand. We have a website, we have a nice, decent portfolio, we have a good client base. So yeah, it's easier for us now to market ourselves kasi we have established a brand that is reliable, dependable, and credible. Sometimes we get blessed, clients find us. Parang recently, kasi I told my team that I would focus on this avant-garde live, and then I would finish up my last 2 projects, and then I would let my team handle the next projects. So I told them na parang, guys, I'll stop doing projects muna because I want to focus on avant-garde live. If you have projects, I'll let you handle them. And then parang they were okay, sige. And then parang, sige, I was ready to focus on avant-garde live na. And then sooner or later, ayan na. Clients started chatting me, messaging me, emailing me, texting me na, Jaggy, we need your services. Jaggy, how much for this? Ganyan. So, it's a blessing, of course, na we get clients to find us. And yun nga, it all starts with defining who you are, defining your personality. Now, the next step is discuss about the project. Ayan. After we find the client, we meet them. We discuss concept, what they need, what their requirements are. During this stage, it is the most crucial because it is where I ask my clients, so client, for this project, what are your goals? I don't ask them what their requirements are. I don't ask about video resolution, about whatever, mga technical. The first thing I ask is, client, what's your goal? What do you want to achieve with the product that we are to provide, with the service that we are to provide? And then from there, that is where we define the concept. That is where we modify the concept. That is where we create the concept. Because we need to tailor, we have to make sure that our concept is in line and would achieve the client's goal. And create a concept after the first discussion. And then once we present the concept, we negotiate the price. So after sending our concept, and then they approve the concept, and then one of the most exciting and most nervous parts about this one is always negotiating on prices. It's about sending yung cost estimate. Siyempre, we don't know yet how much budget our client has for this project. Kasi it's very rare that they disclose that info to the point na if I ask them, client, how much is your budget para we can modify it? Normally, hindi ayaw na sagutin yan. So, it's a risk, a gamble on our part then, syempre, to price ourselves right, to send in a quote that would be nice for us then, and what would be nice for them. Fortunately naman, we have clients who don't, they don't negotiate much once they see the cost estimate. Okay, we can do with that. The next is the actual work, the pre-production, then napapasok pre-production, production, post-production. And then afterwards, once we have completed that one, then we move on to the client servicing where we polish what we need and then we're done. So, what I can tell you is first, yes, keep on posting, be consistent, and then sooner or later people will notice you, they will refer you, they will hook you up, and you might land your first client. Troubles and mistakes. As a freelancer, I ran through numerous mistakes, errors. Hopefully naman na they weren't errors that ended my career. Pero, as the moment I was able to keep on getting more projects, kahit low lang, kahit mababa, I started questioning if I was pricing the right price to my clients. Kasi I was doing so much work, I was doing the creative content, I was shooting, I was lighting, I was editing. And then I questioned if I was pricing the right price. So, I did a little research on how to price, and then sooner or later, I was able to come up with a price, in which doon na, I was able to find my first mistake, where I was negotiating with a client. I was parang, they were telling me, can you go this low, can you go lower? Ako naman, parang, sige, since I needed the money, ganyan, so I went lower and lower until na naging free na siya. To the point naging XP na. So yun. From time to time, yes, it would happen. You would encounter it if you start freelancing. You would encounter it where you are to handle difficult clients where they want this, you want that, and then you met halfway, pero it didn't turn out good pa rin. One of my mottos or one of my life philosophies is this: the time to fail is now. Fail as much as you possibly can. Make mistakes while you still can afford them. Kasi you are young. We are all young. We're all young. Yan. While we are young, we should, while we still can afford it, while we still don't need to pay so much rent, pay so much ganyan, and we don't have much responsibilities yet, let's, as much as possible, let's try to make as much mistake as we can. Kasi in those mistakes is where we learn. And if we fail now, it won't matter much in a few years. Whereas if you fail in your 30s or in your 40s, where you are, getting older, it's very difficult to get up. Right now, be risky. Be risky. Take a lot of mistakes. Take criticisms constructively, and appreciate your downfalls.